Earshot here with another Pro Tools 10 tutorial. Today we will be discussing session management and different techniques to help you guys manage your sessions better. And today's objectives are to access and navigate Digibase browsers, understand how to search and customize those browsers, and find and relink missing files. Alright, so when you open up Pro Tools, sometimes you get this little missing files window, the dreaded missing files window, I should say. And some people out there don't know why they keep getting this window or why it keeps occurring. But if it does occur, because it happens to the best of us, there are steps to ensure that you can get all the audio files in your session back here in order so that you can progress your session further. So let's go ahead and click manually find and relink the little dot here, and then click OK. This should take you to a relink window here. Now this relink window is your best friend. Do not close this window, because the only way to get back to this window is to restart your session and then doing that manually and find relink step over again. So right now I'm going to uncheck all these. These are different hard drives right now that are on my computer. I know that my session is on this C8 Danny, and my audio files for this session are in this folder, or I should say hard drive. So I'm going to check this, and for those out there doing this step, you should know, or should at least know somebody that knows where your audio files are. So if you don't have the hard drive, you're going to have to contact them to get it. They can send it to you through, at least the audio files, through like something like Dropbox or something. But the best way to do it is just to have the hard drive with you so you can continue your session. Or they can send you stems as well. But let's continue here to find these and make sure that these files are audible here in your edit window. We have to go down here, and there's this little tab here, and it's select files to relink. Well, these are all your audio files that are missing from your session. So just click this top one, scroll down to the bottom one, hit shift and click this bottom one, bottom audio file, and you will select all of them at once. Now let's hit the find links tab, and they'll pop up a little window here with different options. And these options are helpful for you. So you can find the audio files by name. If you have them named a specific name, it will find them by name. You can find them by file ID. Your unique ID is right here under this unique ID tab, and each file or audio file has its own unique ID with a bunch of letters, lowercase and uppercase. You can match format, match duration of the file. Some files are bigger than others, or match modification date. So let's say you modified a file a certain date, you can click this one and it'll search from recent dates, etc., etc. As you can see over here, this is the duration of your files. So that's why this one will become handy. So let's click OK here, and what it'll do, hopefully, is it'll search through this hard drive, and if it finds anything to match this session, it will give you this little icon here. What this icon is a relink icon, and hopefully it shows it for all your audio files. Right now it's showing it for all my audio files, so that's a good thing. So all we have to do now is just hit this commit links button up here, and it's going to ask you, are you going to commit these links? And you're going to want to say yes. So now all my audio files over here are in my edit window that are in my session are all back. Now I can listen to this if I wanted to, find out what's what, etc., etc., and progress my session. Now sometimes it won't find all these audio files all at once, so you're going to have to do the process over again. Just find links and then commit links, find links, commit links, till it finds all your audio files. Now, since we have found everything, we can close this relink window without having to restart our session. So You may be asking, okay, now that we learned how to find and relink these sessions or the audio files back to the session, how do we stop this from happening? Well, that's a good question. Our next step here is to go to Setup, Disk Allocation, and find out where your sessions being audio files are being saved to. And this is what this disk allocation window is for. So again, if you missed that, let's go to Setup, Disk Allocation, and here it shows you your tracks and where they're being saved to and the audio file they're being saved to. Right now, mines are being saved to my desktop. As you can see, my Mavericks hard drive, which is on my desktop. And this is not where I want it. I want it in that Seagate driver that we saw earlier. So in order to do this, you just click, hold Alt, click here, and it will select all the tracks here all at once, and just go to Seagate Danny, and it will go straight to that folder in your hard drive, in the appropriate hard drive, with the session, and you just click OK. Now when I reopen this session, let's save it first. Let me close it. Now when I reopen this session, give it a minute here. Slow tools. When I reopen this session, my audio files should be all there without any missing links. So you can see that is correct. Now, so those are the steps to ensure that your session is transferable to different studios, etc., wherever you're going to take it, to make sure you don't have your missing files, window pop up on you. And if you do, just try those steps that I just showed you, and you should be fine. Now, there's a couple windows I want to show you as well. It's the Workspace window here. This Workspace window shows all your hard drives, CD drives, network storages that are connected to your computer, and you can navigate through your hard drives to find audio files as well. So this is a good way to ensure that you can bring in stuff into your session from a specific hard drive and save it accordingly, so that whole entire process doesn't happen again. So let's go to my Pro Tools folder here, Pro Tools session. Let's go to a random session. Let's go back to that reminder section actually. And I can go to the audio files here, and it'll show me audio files here. You may be wondering what this check mark is over here. What this check mark is pretty much under this S here, it's pretty much stating that this audio file has been analyzed for elastic audio. And as you can see it here too, this little icon here, this audio file here is elastic audio enabled. So I did something with elastic audio on this file. That's why this check mark is that way. And now this window here is very helpful because you can listen to different audio files and bring them into your session on audio tracks accordingly, or bring them into your clips window and then import them into your audio tracks later. Your clips window is over here. Just click this bottom icon here. You can drag this out to see it better. You can bring that Workspace audio files from your Pro Tools session, or from whatever hard drive you guys are in, into that clips window. You can organize it before you even make any sessions, or I should say tracks, in your session, so that you can go or be more organized. So you can listen to these, like I said, by clicking this little icon here and find out which ones are which, and then import them that way. Also, let's say your session's at 150 BPM and these audio files are like at 120 or whatever. You just click this little icon up here, and you can click the little listening icon, and what it will do is it will play back these audio files and the form and the tempo of your session. So that's a good way to, like, if there's a producer out there that wants to do this, Um, Search up samples and make sure that they're in time with your session before you even bring them into your session. This is the best way to do that. So that's, again, just keeping your session organized, because I mean, when you have big sessions, as you can see, these are all audio tracks here. They're not all in here, but that's all my recording that I've done for this session. And the tracks can get big, so you want to make sure that you organize them, and you want to make sure you know how to find audio files and stuff if you do lose them for whatever reason. Let's see here, what other window I can show you guys. I showed you guys the Workspace window. I showed you guys the volume window down here. I mean, there's a bunch of information up here that shows you different things for what you're searching for. So utilize this, because it shows here that my hard drive is readable and writable. Well, just readable, I should say. And so I can go in here, search for things and make sure that they can enter my session. If not, if it's just writable only, I won't be able to do that. So looking at these little things can greatly increase the way of you importing stuff into Pro Tools. Give me a second, let me close this. So that's how you get to your Workspace window too. Let me see here. This is your project window here. This just pretty much shows your project, the one that's currently open. And you can search your audio files. So this will be a better window for people that are just wanting to know what's in their session. Just go to Window, just Project, or Alt O. That's the shortcut there for Mac. You can make this bigger, and it shows all your audio files here. Again, the ones that are Elastic Audio are the ones with the check mark, so that's how you know. Or the little icon here, but the check mark is the one that gives it away. We can unclick that. So yeah, this is your project window, and it's really helpful for just knowing what's in your session, how many audio files, etc. What's in a different sample rate than others if you have things imported in different sample rates, the bit depth of the recording, etc., etc. So when you go to mastering, that's good information. You can also find this information under your session, which is under, give me a second here. I think it's options, right? Options. Nope. It's one of these windows up here. I could have sworn, there it is. Just set up session. So Command 2 is a shortcut, and this tells you information about your session, what sample rate it is, what bit depth it is, etc., etc. Time code for video. This is great information to know. Again, keeping your session organized. Another window that I brought up earlier was the clips window. This window is very helpful for finding things here. So you can click this little arrow up here. You can search files by name, and it'll minimize this whole entire section down here to just a few files with that name. So you can drag and drop into Pro Tools like this. As long as you have an audio track created, you can drop things. It will. If you don't have an audio track created, I think there's a window that pops up that asks you to create one. So that you can do that as well. And this little clips window pretty much is like that project window that you saw earlier, just in a smaller format. You see everything that's in your session, but that not necessarily in your edit window. So these are all audio that I either recorded, that I recorded or imported into my project. So this is a good window to look at. I use this window more than the projects window because it's a quicker access. I mean, and I could drag and drop things in here. But I would use a project window if I was doing some sampling or anything like that. And you can also clear out anything that's unused in your session here. You see how it selects things. So just right click, and then you can go to clear and either delete it from your hard drive or just remove it from your session. And this will clean up space from this project, so when you go transferring it to different studios or whatever, um, this project and session is less space. So that's the way to clear out your session and make it less space, or less of memory, I should say. Well, guys, if you guys wanted to hear anything else, please leave it in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to my page. I'm going to be doing a lot more tutorials. In fact, I'm doing a couple today for you guys. I hope I taught you guys some valuable information here. I mean, when you start messing with Pro Tools sessions and they get bigger and bigger, this is the type of information that you need to know in order to make your session function properly. Like I said, the disk allocation window is invaluable. Shows you where your tracks and audio files are going to. That's something that you should check as soon as you create a session, before you even import anything. Where is your session audio files going to? And also, like I said, the finding and relinking window, that's invaluable as well. Learning how to use it, not just using automatic, because when you do automatic, sometimes it doesn't find everything that you need, and you want to find all the audio files because obviously you may be using those. So this is Earshock. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope I taught you guys some useful information. Again, if there's anything that you guys wanted me to show you in this video that I didn't get to, I'll be happy to make another tutorial on it. Just leave comments. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Earshock.